Good morning, afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you are. If you don't know me, I'm Larry. I help out at the church, and Stuart is off the next couple weeks, 3 weeks on vacation. So I've offered to read the book. It's a little bit. This next couple weeks will be different books than what Stuart's been reading, but that's okay. It's always good to do something different. And Stuart will be back in about 3 weeks. So for now, you've got me. So I hope you enjoy. All right. This book is Good Night, Little Mouse. I just found it, and I know when I'm recording this, it's morning, but you know what? We don't always go to sleep in the morning, right? Sometimes, or at night. Sometimes we go at morning. Maybe we need a nap, or we go in the afternoon when we're tired. Maybe we all could use a nap, right? So, all right, Good Night, Little Mouse by Caroline Anstey. Story by Dugald Steer. It was time for Little Mouse to go to bed, and after Grandpa read her a story, she wiggled down under the snuggly quilt. But no matter how she tossed and tumbled or mumbled and grumbled, she just couldn't get to sleep. "Grandpa," she called, "I'm frightened." Grandpa came straight up to Little Mouse's room to see what the matter was. "I can't go to sleep, Grandpa," said Little Mouse. "It's dark and there are scary noises outside." "You needn't be afraid, Little Mouse," said Grandpa, giving her a cuddle. "The dark can't hurt you. You are safe and snug in bed." And with that, he went away. But just at that moment, a gust of wind must have blown outside, for there came a loud tap, tap, tap at the window. Little Mouse jumped. "Grandpa!" she called. Soon Grandpa was at the door again. "What's that tapping sound, Grandpa?" asked Little Mouse. So Grandpa took Little Mouse over to the window and showed her outside. "Why," said Little Mouse, "that tapping sound was the only wind blowing a branch against the window." And just then there was another sound. It was a loud hoot, hoot, far away. Little Mouse looked very scared indeed. "Don't you know what kind of bird hoots, Little Mouse?" said Grandpa. Is it an owl?" asked Little Mouse. "Yes," exclaimed Grandpa. "Each night, Mother Owl leaves her nest to fly far and wide over the countryside." Just then, there was another sound. It was a bark, bark, bark. "I know that sound," cried Little Mouse. "It's a dog." Noises didn't seem scary when you knew what they were. "No, Little Mouse," said Grandpa, "that isn't a dog. Dogs sleep at night, but foxes bark just like dogs. Each night the fox leaves its den and sets off through the fields. But you are safe, Little Mouse. No fox will come into the house." "Let's listen and see if we can hear any other noises," said Little Mouse, and Grandpa agreed. It didn't take long before they heard a loud splash from the stream in the garden. "Is that a bird?" asked Little Mouse. "Oh, no," Little Mouse said Grandpa. "Most birds sleep at night. That is an otter. Each night he leaves his den and dives into the stream for a swim." Now Little Mouse was starting to enjoy listening for night sounds, but she did feel tired. But she listened hard and heard a patter, patter, patter at the edge of the forest. "Are they rabbits?" she asked, giving out a big sleepy yawn. "Oh, no, Little Mouse," said Grandpa. "Rabbits curl up together in their burrows at night. That is another kind of night creature, badgers. If you look hard, you can see them just at the edge of the garden." Little Mouse looked at the badgers, then went back to bed. Now that she knew what all the noises were, she didn't feel frightened anymore. "Thank you for coming back in, Grandpa," she said. Grandpa closed the window and smiled. "That's all right, Little Mouse," he said. "I don't want you to be scared. You will always be safe and sound when I am close by." But just as Grandpa leaned over to hug Little Mouse and say goodnight, what do you think he saw? Why, Little Mouse was so tired, she was fast asleep already. just as snug as a bug in a rug. Good night, little mouse, said Grandpa. Sleep tight. And do you know that is exactly what little mouse did all night long. So this week, as you go out and hang out and you sleep and you hear sounds, remember there's all kinds of things going around on all the time. And just think about that this week and what can you do to help yourself feel better, safe, and that God is there with you. So, all right, I hope you have a great week, and I will talk to you next week. Thank you.